3, 2, 1. Okay. Man. So it's October 3rd, 2024. Market's about to open in about 12 minutes. I'm just chilling. It's non-farm payroll this week. So all we do is just study it. I just want to study the, probably be here till about 10:30. So I can study the opening range gap open and into a full hour. And then from there I can study the 9:50 to 10:10. So what do we got? Today's Thursday. We had news at 8:30. We got an orange folder at 9:45, and then we have one at 10 a.m. And then tomorrow, this is the one that's pretty wicked. But yeah, let me hide this right here just so we can have a little peek on the higher time frame. This is what you really want to get into. Just taking a look. So this imbalance right here has been pretty much worked to. There's a little area that's still not hit. So it, could potentially go there. Again, I don't really have an interest for this as far as like being super accurate. I just like to watch it, just to study it so you can see how these candles behave on days like today. So we start there. We see that the weekly candle, this is what you do, weekly candle, it's expanding lower. After these 3 weeks, price was high. We're in a new month. It's probably going to come down, keep drifting lower. Who knows? We don't know. We got to see, obviously, what tomorrow will do, because tomorrow can come all the way down here. It can do that. And I'll be recording that tomorrow. So here's what it looks like on a daily. Just observing. I have my drawings hidden. There's certain things. So up here, there was a volume imbalance there. And that got worked. Price came down, took out all these lows right here. And right now, this was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's candle. And this is the Thursday candle. And look at that. That looks pretty nice right there. That's probably going to get tagged. And right now, I'm going to have to just measure. It's going to get sloppy, but I just want to measure this wick. So it's working the upper quad of that wick right there. So it's working the upper area of it right there. That's where it's been sitting around. Hasn't came down to the midpoint of it. So that's cool. You see, run up, came down. Run up, came down. So the mindset is whoever went short from up top here came down, took out whoever was long going up here that didn't profit, because these people don't take profit. So they running up. This looks like an area where people might want to place their stop. So they boom, tagged them and just create these nice highs. Nice high. Came down, tagged that low by a little bit. So whoever didn't profit got smoked. So now the mindset is, all right, let's run it up. Let's take out whoever is in this area and fill in this imbalance. So they ran it up and then boom, dropped it and took out this low right here. But look what's left in place. You have to kind of step back and just notice. Look at this and look at this. Just that's nice. So whoever went short here, they'll put their stop somewhere around here. And then price comes down. This is like a sigh of relief. Ooh, whoever was short and this is going up, ooh, we're feeling good now. So they're like, oh, it's pulling back up. It's no big deal. It's gonna reject. Nah, it tagged it. Whoever had their shorts trailed here got tagged with this right here, with this Thursday candle from the 26th, and it worked inside here. Again, this is all ICT concepts, and it makes sense if you really start to look at this in this manner. So price goes up, comes down. So there's a lot of buy side up here because this buy side got taken. So now what can we expect? Look at this, these areas right here. Look at this, look at this. That draws my attention there. And this obviously draws my attention, which is the Tuesday low, the Wednesday low. So probably at the bell open, it's going to come down here and swipe that out. Boom. Working the upper quad. So it's not like out of the way for it to come the consequent encroachment of that wick right there. And then, you know, who knows what it does after that. But cool. That's on a daily. The 4 hour, I just like to peek at it. I like to get a nice little peek. Look at this right here again. All of this. And then like look how these three highs, three lows I mean, are just nice and like stacked. So can come down here, probably come up, work this, because look, they took that out. So they left that. You know. Hit the lower quad of this wick right here. And I don't want to put my drawings on because it gets crazy, and I know what I'm looking at. Those lines really don't bother me. So, you know, so 924. All right. Let's go down to the 1 hour. So here's what's going on the 1 hour. Boom. Got a message. Put this on silent. Try the font without the number. Okay. I'm working on a little. We'll get to that. I'll get to that later. Look at this right here. This draws my attention here. That looks nice right there. Looks like a nice area to target. So, and like I said, this area here, that draws my attention. These slanted lows, that's engineered. So now, look how price came, like from the overnight session, it's just been coming down. Went up, took the high, coming down. So we'll see what the open has for us. And, you know, we will see. There's a 15-minute. This was yesterday's price action right here. Price went up, took that, came down in this little area here, pushed up, hovered around here. And then in the Asian session, it just failed to go higher and then came down. Took that low there, right here, 3 a.m. Little imbalance right there. Boop, boop. Go across, came down. So this is the London low right here. This 345 low, I've been keeping an eye on that. So I'm going to just keep that to myself. Right there, you see this looks nice. So they, boom, it ran back up. See how these things are left in place? So when you see a huge drop like that, boop, comes right back up, tags it. Yeah, about consequent encroachment of that little wick there. Lower quad of that wick. So these wicks, you gotta really pay attention to these wicks, man. Look right there. Consequent encroachment, drop, lower quad. So it's working this right here. Already took those, took that low. So let's just take a peek on the 5. Just cleared. Look at that, just hovered, came down. This all looks good. Look at these equal lows right here. That looks nice. And let's just put it on a 1 minute. So you see, you start from top to bottom. Now let me put my drawings back on. A lot going on here. I know the gray area is just the weekly, like I'll click on it. it's the weekly buy side inefficiency, sell side inefficiency. So BISI, and then that's yesterday's first fair value gap, which price ran through it, used it, pushed up into the end dog, the new day opening gap. So we're opening up today really, really low in a discount. So let me start setting up the opening range gap. So I'm on a 1 minute. I'm gonna need 930. So that's 930. Let me just fix that real quick. Fix the settings. Extend right, and then this is gonna be a cheap gap because price is gonna open. Like I'll show you what that means now. So we're gonna probably open somewhere like in this area here, because this is where price closed. Check this out. If you click right here, right hand side, regular trading hours, you go to regular trading hours, that is your closing price yesterday. Make sure it's on 930. Yep, 930. And put it back. Like that right there should already tell you so much. Electronic trading hours. Okay. Makes you wonder, right? They'll put it right in front of your face and people will still be like, nah, bro. Alright, so there it is. 930 open. Push this down right here. Now let's see what it's going to do. A little bit lower. So 70% strike rate that it comes back up here. So we'll watch. Doesn't happen every day. But what we're looking for is that first fair value gap. Right now it's working yesterday's first fair value gap. Remember, the first fair value gap cannot be on the 930 candle. But you want to be aware of what's going on in this area. So boom. That's what we're looking at. Price looking to boom, and then we want to put this till 10 a.m. because it's the first 30 minutes. So there's that. Now, let's see if it's going to use this as an inversion, which is yesterday's first fair value gap. See this little imbalance right here? Came up, boop. Again, I'm not looking to be right, wrong, nothing. I'm just studying. This is what I'm doing every day that the markets are open. Let me just do this real quick. I just like to see what type of time ES be on too. Like to have that. Look at that. You see? That looks beautiful right there. Reacting, coming down, swiping highs. Just like to see that. I want to see things, line up. All right. Took some sell side right there, minor sell side. Let me put this on NQ on a 15 just so we can have a higher time frame, have an idea of what happened. So look, they ran sell side. No fair value gap yet. Everything is pretty balanced. Up, down, everything is balanced. But look, they ran. Let me just put a line on it. Boom, 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 boom. And just put sell side on it. Bottom left. All right. So they took some sell side there, minor. This is primary. And this is primary. I'm just looking for that first fair value gap, and then I'll seems like right there that's where it's gonna be. Yep. Looking like it's gonna be that one. If I drop to a lower time frame, I would definitely find a fair value gap. We'll do that in a little bit. This is getting annoying. So I'm gonna just dim it. It's going there. So look, on a 15-second time frame, so there's that first fair value gap right there. It's just gonna run up there. And yep, there it is. So basically nothing there. So they used yesterday's first fair value gap to push, which is this one right here. So make it a little darker just so we can see what happened. Put it back on a 1 minute. See, as I said, came down, used it to push itself higher, and there it is. Because here's the first fair value gap of today, which would be this. Let me just boom and not extend right. That's the first one for today. 10 what? 10 3 24 first FVG. So that, just keep that there. But let's see how it used. Yo, why is this flashing like that? This shit's getting pretty enough. Boom, went right to it. 70% strike rate of it going back up there. So you see it ran the sell side and pushed up right to the midpoint of that. That is beautiful right there. That is a beautiful thing to see. And just studying that. But like, where's the entry? The entry is pretty much ran the sell side, and it just, the fact that it was hovering around that first fair value gap from yesterday, and we had such a wide open, like in a discount. Look at that, almost 130 handles. When you see that, that's where you want to like anticipate it going back up to that midpoint. And all it did was use yesterday's first fair value gap. And where's the 930? 930 came down, up, came down. Right here, that's strength right there. The fact that it's leaving this open like that, pushed up. The next candle hit the top of it and then just pushed it higher. Right to the midpoint. So obviously entry would have to been super on a super low time frame to look for an entry if the 1 minute was not going to be used. Came down, ran up, right there. That little fair value gap there. Look at the bodies of the first FVG on that higher time frame. Respected it, pushed up, hit the top, and boom, went right to the target. On a 5-second chart there. Back to a 1 minute. That's pretty cool, right? So a 5-second chart is where it was yo, I'm not gonna front. That shit flashing like that is getting pretty annoying. Let's just stop moving around and just watch. So it's working this little inefficiency. Let me just maneuver around my screen this way. So this inefficiency right here, it's working that, hit the midpoint. So we just got to see. So and look, and it went into the new day opening gap from yesterday, right at the midpoint. So those are good signs. Pulled it, and we have the new week opening gap right up here, and we have yesterday's. It's super small, but yesterday's new day opening gap is there, and you know, this is stuff that you want to be aware of. So now let's see what it does. So it's 9:38. We got news 9:45, and we got news at 10 a.m. The 9:45 shouldn't be a high impact. The red folders are the high impact. So just want to see how it behaves. But look at how in the midpoint, look at how the bodies are staying under it. That's stuff that is pointed out to us. And if I measure inside here, I bet you it'll give me some more data. Okay. Right at consequent encroachment as well, midpoint. It's respecting the the bodies. The wicks, as we've been told, do the damage. Kind of like this price action today. It's pretty sleek, pretty nice. Compared to like yesterday, it was nice, but it was just doing a lot of damage yesterday. So dropping all the way down to a 5-second chart. Because no entry was formulated, like wasn't formed. So there we go, 940 coming up. So what normally I've seen happen right here is, here's where my mind is going. If they're going to go higher, they're not going to go higher right away. They're going to bring it lower. They'll probably come down, tap the first fair value gap, and then take it up top. But it's non-farm payroll, so anything can happen. What you expect is not what you get. So that's why it's just best to not even demo trade it. Like, just leave it alone. Come back fresh on Monday. Ooh. And honestly, I can't wait for that mentorship to finish up. So that way I can just go on like on my own, because it's a lot of information. It's a lot, and I'm sure he can keep going on and on for months if he really wanted to. But so look, it hit this little inefficiency now. There's a fair value gap there too. So it's working inside there. Ran this low. Boom, pulling up. Right back to the midpoint. And we just watch that. We just study that. You see how price is like stalling right now? It's not really sprinting to a specific direction. They like doing that because time. So look, boom, now it's above the midpoint. I'm going to start dimming this because we already know what this is. So dim that down. I don't need it all over, like all in our face. We know that it's from 9:30 to 10 a.m. And then the 9:50. I don't know if I saved that. I'm going to have to start saving that one. 9:50 a.m. And then so price is running highs. Remember, look, we got some. Look at these highs. This high right here and this one right here. So whoever's short from London, they're trailing their stops. So look, it's probably, yep, tagged it. There it is. See that? See how I tagged that? I just point, like my eye draws to that. Boom. Tagged it. Those relatively equal highs in this whole area here. This one, let me put my mouse. It's probably not. This one right here, that's what I was saying. Look at that one and that one right there. That one, that's the one I was saying. And there was an inefficiency right there. So it looks like a nice secure area. So now, whoever's like thinking this is a breakout, that's how you got to start thinking. Remember how he teaches us. So people are in there assuming it's going to go higher. So let's see what happens. I'm going to put a fib on this from the bottom to the top. So I got near the upper quad. About 9:43. We got 2 minutes till that news. And let me just peek real quick. So it's 9:45 final services PMI, and then the ISM services PMI at 10. So let's see what they do. So whoever just got in thinking it's gonna go higher, they're probably gonna just bring them down now. Let's see. And let me just peek on a higher time frame. Remember, we don't want to forget that. So look at that. Higher time frame, it's just clearing out. Boom, clearing out. Look at this inefficiency right here. That looks like a nice area for it to reach into. And it's drawing into that new day opening gap. Small, but, you know, enough to draw it. But we have to see how it reacts to those news drivers. So cool. Let me put this on 5 just to take a peek. Yeah, see that? Clear all this area here. And we got a nice little area here. I really wanted to, let me actually mark that up. So let me put the primary sell side. I'm not going to type it out. And then up here, this is Wednesday. This is a primary buy side right there. Wednesday. Yeah, we got buy side up there. All right, so there's the 9:45 reaction to that, and we're leading into the 9:50 a.m. macro. So it's 9:45, and it's leading into the 9:50 a.m. to 10:10 a.m. So 10 minutes before the hour, 10 minutes after the hour. And what we do is we just watch and see how it behaves in between that time slot. All right, so let me just copy this and put it, boom, adjust it. So in that area there, we're just gonna focus and see what they're gonna do. All right, we got the marked highs. We got a ton of things on this chart. I get it. What is all of that? Oh, that's that Tuesday low right there. Yeah, that Tuesday low. We'll keep that there. I'm gonna dim it though. That's why it's important to keep everything organized and like know what you're writing. And it shouldn't affect you, you know, like train myself to eventually just write these things on the side just like the mentor does. That's like a process in itself. But for me, it kind of doesn't bother me. It don't matter to me. There you go. So let's put that fib back up. Boom. This needs to come a little higher. So low upper quad right there. So it ran through the lower consequent encroachment, came down into this inefficiency, pushed up right here, failed to reach that upper quad. Now it's coming down, another imbalance. We're leading into the macro. So we want to see what it does. This is how I study. This is the knowledge from the mentor. Now look, boom. See this right here? All right, let's see that. hit the midpoint of that. Now let's see if now that it's like a couple minutes from the 950, let's see what happens. Remember, the wicks are doing all the work. Let me take that off. I just like to measure those wicks. So look, this is what's considered an order block. So boom, let's see if it works inside of it and pushes it down, or if it's just gonna fully fill the opening range gap. And there's no right or wrong. You're just studying. Let's see if it goes to the upper quad. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, man, once that mentorship is done, I believe is at the end of this month. Oh, can't wait for that. To go back, watch all that content, take proper notes, and continue to tape read. Because he dropped a lot of knowledge, tons of knowledge over live price action. No hindsight, which is dope, man. And I'm not here to sway anybody into his thinking or none of that. But when you really roll your sleeves up and get to it, you start to see a lot of things, and you just be like, yo, that's pretty wild. Like he says, are we supposed to know that? All right, so we're in the 9:50 a.m. to 10:10 macro. We want to see what price is going to do. Got some nice highs up here, so there's buy stops. Remember, whoever jumped in here, they thought it was going to break out, so they're probably chilling right now like, all right, we're okay. We're okay. But who's not to say that they can't send it all the way back down to this first fair value gap? I'm going to put this to 10:30 because that's how long I'm going to record for. Then I'm out. So this is a good sign right here on this fair value gap that it left the bottom of it open. So again, there's a lot of things that are like not in the normal today, this week actually, meaning manual intervention. But this I wanna get this out of here because you already know what it is. Just put opening range gap because I want to see how the lower end of it was left open right here. That's what I want to see. Let me make that. These are the signs that we're taught to look for on a normal day. See how that remained open right there? On a normal day, that's bullish. Because look, it came down into it, boom. Down into it, boom. Came out and then boom, hit the midpoint of that, boom. But we got news coming up. It already tagged the high. And usually when it hangs around like this thing likes to like plummet. And when it plummets fast. So I'll just get that out of there. Because it's spending too much time in there. We really want it to leave, as we've been taught. Leave the area. Don't just stay there. So no. We got 7 more minutes till that red folder. They're probably just gonna stall it there. And that's why it's very important to know about this Forex Factory. You don't want to just be in here and not be informed and aware and write it on your notepad on the side, like news such and such time, and high impact news, and be aware of non-farm payroll and have an understanding that it's the first week of the month. So a lot of news comes out, and then after studying it, you kind of get a feel. So finally, it hit the upper quad. There we go. You see, that's what you want to see. If these two candles would have happened right here, that would have been good just to know that it's gonna come and fill it in completely. So this is the second time I've seen this wide of a opening range where it's over 100 handles and price fills it in. It fills it in. It doesn't really not all the time, but I've just seen it happen. It was I think it was last Friday. It drifted it opened up super high and it drifted lower to fill it in. It took its time, but it did it. And right here, it opened super low, and now it ran low and then boom went up to fill it in. So obviously it didn't give it on the first fair value gap, on this time frame, on this 1 minute time frame. So look, we gotta just see what's going on. Not even here. In all actuality, if you take this right here, this SIBI price ran through it, and then if you know what you're doing, boom, boom, boom. So look, it's about to fill it in. Let's put it up. Yeah, so it seems like it wants to go to that high. So it hit the midpoint of the new week opening gap, and this is yesterday's close right here. So it's filling it in. It just has a boom, a little bit more, and it's completely filled. There it is. So they filled it in the first, what's that, 26 minutes? That is a beautiful thing to see. And remember, as I stated, that right there, that staying open was good. These are all the positive signs right here. So I'm going to just do a little bit of documentation. That's a good sign right there. This is another good sign right here. It's staying open like that, coming down, boom, pushing up, coming down, boom, pushing up. I just assumed lower because it was spending time there, but these are all the data points we want to have. So I'm taking a screenshot of that. And it's inside that macro. So it came up top, fill it in. Let me zoom out, see what's going on the higher time frame. Let's hide all these drawings. I know. Trust me. They actually bring comfort to me. So this is on a 15-minute. Remember that imbalance? So it drew price up into it, filled in. So now that it's here, we'll go these relatively equal highs up here. Why not, right? Why not pop out? We gotta see what they're gonna do with this folder and look, back to regular trading, right? So they filled it in completely. That's a pretty thing to see right there. Boom, came right here, pushed up, came here, pushed up, tagged the highs, the buy stops right there. I'm going to just keep it like this. See that right there? Yeah, look at that. So price might just whop, run through that. Look how it worked right here. This right here, this low. It worked all these nice lows right here. They cleared them out. Oh man, just keep it like that. 1 minute. So remember, this was the 950 started right there, and it ran to what? Buy side. So that's what the macro did. Ran to buy side. Now let's see what it's gonna do once this folder drops in about 45 seconds, and then what it does at the top of that hour until 10:10 right there. So I'm not gonna put the drawings up. I'm gonna just leave it like that. I'll probably click them back on in a little bit, but just to take a quick peek. We got 20 seconds coming up. Let's see what they do with this PMI folder. Then we got another 30 minutes, and then I'm done. 10 seconds. And boom. You saw how that shit just wicked like that? That was wild. It just boop. Woo. All right, let's put the drawings back on, see what happened. Okay, you see, near that primary, that was that buy side right there. That was wow, right? That shit just said, whoop. I'm gonna open wick. That was, yeah, you don't want to be messing around with that shit. Cool. All right, so I could take this off. We don't need that anymore. We already know. So yeah, this macro is just running for buy side right now. It is 10 a.m. So you wanna let me put this on 5. Remember how I was telling you from the start, right? You want to get into that type of thinking. Yeah, homeboy might sound whatever he might sound like, but if you really realize that, remember, whoever was short, trailing their stops, running them, right here, running them. And between me and you, man, the more and more I study, London be getting destroyed. It's like they use London as like, how do I like a punch bag. So let's keep that between me and you. Boom, ran it. So now it's done something, which is what I always like to say. Something has been done. So now we want to see what else they're going to do. Remember, election year, bro. Non-farm payroll. This thing, whatever you assume is going to go down, doesn't go down. I personally felt that the lows were going to get ran first. But here, the thinking now is, the mindset is, okay, they're taking it higher and people are jumping in. Yeah, higher, higher, higher. Now let's see what they do up here. They start hanging around and then just come back. Like, look at these lows right here. That looks nice, right? And the lows that I mentioned down here, they are set in place. So here we go. Let's see. Let's see how it behaves on this wick right here. and put a fib on it. I just want to see how it behaves right here. Boom, hit the lower quad. They're probably just like, what I want to see is that signature where it just hangs around and it creates the slanted highs. Like it'll give you like, it'll probably run that high and then come down, run that high, come down, and then they'll probably wait till like the first full hour and then take it, down. So there's the midpoint. Yo, and sitting back and just watching this, it develops a lot of patience, and like without expecting anything from it, like to make money, it really develops your skill set, because you no longer fear it. You're just like, oh, I know what it's doing. And the deeper I get into it, it's like, okay. Like, you see how I just threw that fib on there? And I'm like, I just want to see how it behaves there. And what did I mention to you? I was like, I want to see it run the high. Like, it'll probably run the high. So let's see what it's going to do, because there's a lot of buy stops up here. Remember, you always have to zoom out. Zoom out. See this, and then the inefficiency right there? So it went to it. We don't know if it's going to keep running up here to these old, the volume imbalance, the first fair value gaps from those days. Like this was Monday's first fair value gap. Then you got the new week opening gap over there. New day opening gap. So there's like, there's enough to pull it, because price is like pulling itself in between these areas right now. So there's enough up here to pull it up there. And it's a heavily manipulated week. Let's see what it looked like on 1 hour. You see? It's huge inefficiency there. This is a SIBI. So no buy side was offered here. So this is a sell side. Now buy side is coming up and filling it in. All right, back to the 1 minute. We can get rid of that. And how many? We got a few more minutes left. So the 950 to 1010 macro today decided to run to buy side. And basically what I would do is I'll stretch this out, make it pretty, boom, and I'll take a picture of that. Because these signatures right here, left that open, left that open. Look, left that open. Left that open. See if it leaves this open. These are the things we want to see. All the way down here, if it would have came down to it, that shows weakness. Boom, to it. Weakness. But it was showing its hand to us. Like, yo, we're gonna stay open, bro. But so it was a small new day opening gap right there. But you use this one was pretty wider too. And it pulled price up. Let me just make that lighter. It's not standing out as much. Alright, 10:08. 10:09. Is it 10:10? No, the next minute is 10:10. That's 10:10. Ooh. Okay, so the macro is about to, like, that time frame, those 20 minutes. Got 10 seconds left. So let's see what they're gonna do after that now, because they're not gonna just allow people to come in and be like, oh, it's gonna go higher. Let's get in it. Let's get in it. It's working on top of the high. This is normal. This is normal to see. Now let's see this low right here. Which one? This one. We keep an eye on this low right here. This inefficiency right here. There's that street cleaning machine. All right, see that? That's good. We want to see that. Now we study. Boom. Ooh, this is what I like to see right here. Boom. Nice. See? Boom. See, I just turned around all of a sudden. Now look, we got an inefficiency there. So we want to see what this next candle is going to do. We have a BISI here, which can be used as an inversion. So let's mark that up. Boom. Look at that. It's just running. Runneth. Runneth. Damn, they're not even giving, like, on the lower time frame, I'm sure, like, there's probably a breakaway there. Oh, this is funny. Look at that. Like, they're just, oh, snap. Everybody's probably like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? They're not even giving an entry on the short. Like, it just like, you know what? It did it nice and slow. Like, yo, I'm just boom, boom. And then right here at 10:13 exactly, just F y'all. Boom. That's funny. That's funny to me. All right, let's see if they're going to even try to rebalance this. Because this is a huge drop. Oh man, let's see on the 15-second chart right here, right? So it came in, now it's coming into here. So if this is let me just make this lighter. If this is really bare, this should stay open right here. So boom, it came here. Let me just, I like using this because it gives me a better visual. So you see how it left that little area open? I want to look at this area right here. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. See that? Let's see if it fills it in. It's like trying. It's trying to fill it in, but look at that. Yo, bro. If that shit breaks down from there, like look. No, look at that shit. It's like minuscule, the little area. And that's a sign we want to see. Because we don't want it to come up here. If it does, whatever. But look, let's go back to the 1 minute. But this is boom, fair value gap, inefficiency. Let me put these on. But look at this right here. This is pretty. This is pretty to tag. You want to see if it goes past that high right there, it can go up to that other imbalance there. But that was just like, yo, you sure? you sure you want to go long? Look, I just keep, there it is. Okay, so now it hit it. Cool. Let's put this back, go to a 15, see what else is doing. So boom, boom. So it's working this one now. Now, if it goes inside this one, they're probably going to just run it back up. We got nice equal highs up here. On this time frame. Remember this though, right? When it went up. Right, this, how is this interpreted? It ran down through it. So now, let's see. What we're supposed to see is the upper part of it remain open. To hit the bottom of it, let's see what the next candle does. So it wasn't an immediate rebalance, like where it drops and then this one would have just went whop right back to it. Yeah, that was effed up, bro. That was really effed up. Look. Let me just drop 75 points on you real quick. Yo. This shit is no joke, bro. Like, you really, really gotta know what the F you're doing, bro. Because this thing right here. So the macro ran the high. After the macro finished, it came down to get that liquidity that it engineered on its way back up. See, filled that in. This little area here. So look, this is good. This is good right here. Let's get that fib out. All right, what do I want to measure? Boom. I want to measure this right here. We want to see more weakness. Once that candle closes right here, I want to measure this wick right here. And the next candle. So there we go, 30 seconds. Obviously, it's already doing its business on the lower time frame, but we're on this time frame. We want to see how the next candle opens up. And then I'll throw the fib out. What? I'll throw it out. Here we go. Let's see what the next candle does. I'm gonna put it in place. Because this, we're chilling. We're not expecting nothing. It left a little imbalance there so far. If it closes. Now, this candle right here should not even come up to consequent encroachment. To this little red line right here. To 2038. Let's see. It always does this. Let's see. Let's see what it does. See? It's just messing around there. Messing around. Messing around. Now pull up. Pull up. Gotta really like make this shit entertaining because shit boring as F, right? Let's see that next candle. We might just see crazy plummets right now. So that's a positive there. Now, we measure this. This is what I've been doing. Like, boom. Let's see what it does here. We want to see weakness. So we know the midpoint is right there. Boom. Took the low. Midpoint of this one is like the body's under it, so that's a positive. This just tapped it. Now it's working the mid of this. Like I can eyeball it. Upper quad right here. Hitting here. Midpoint somewhere around here. Look, check this out. Do this quick. Boom. Upper quad. Bam. This one. Right there. Damn, see how that shit jumped? Boom. It didn't even hit it. Boom, right? But check this one out. Boom. Look at that. See how the body was right under it? The same one that I used to measure here. Body under it. Weakness. This shit's going down. Fast. And this was the first positive sign right here. Leaving this shit open like that. Official. So boom. Look at that. This thing is coming down hard. It's going to come down hard. Real hard. Look. Taking these people out. Oh, man. It's going to come down so fast. Look. Oh, man. Oh, snap. And this was the signature right there. Beautiful. Yo, screenshot that. Boom. I already have the visuals to this. So, look. Hitting the first fair value gap. Remember the one from yesterday. This is the one from yesterday. Yeah. So, we got the one from yesterday and the one from today. Let's see what it does. this was the first low that it ran, so let's clear that. Let's just make it a little dimmer. We can get rid of this. That's what I was wondering what that was. But this sell side right here, ooh, they gonna get it. These people are coming down. It's going to 19,851.50. 19,851.50. I might just tune in just to watch that. Okay, so now I went into this inefficiency here. Look at that. So we want to see here now, right? Because it ran a lot of sell side. Ran hella sell side, right? I gotta learn how to like hide drawings in one chart at a time. So right now we're working inside this inefficiency here. But these things are just too pretty. Right here, you see that? That right there? Oof. We got 5 minutes. I'm gonna stay in because I want to see this play out now. Let's just stay here. Let's put this on a 5 real quick. I want to see because sometimes this thing reacts to certain things. So boom. On a 5, yeah, on a 5 it's still attractive. Looking good. Looking good. That right there. So if it's gonna do it, it's gonna do it to them. Like, man. Let's just focus on this one right here. So we want to see consequent encroachment of this right here, and then again you see how the mid they leave in a little little space there. But that was it right there. That plummet there and coming here. Ooh, ooh, that was pretty. That was really pretty right there. Look at 100 handles and counting. Because once it hits that full hour, I've seen it go crazy. Like that's not, what is it, 19,851? And we had, that's another 100 handles. This thing can do it 2 of these and that's it. Bloop, bloop. Ooh, just see that? That's good. We want to see those little wicks like that. Bam, bam, weak. Get weaker, weaker. We got 2 minutes till that full hour. When I seen this right here, right, my thinking is like, all right, they're gonna rebalance it right away. But on the 15, it just came up here, left the other upper part open, and only tapped the inversion there. So that's something to just sit back, and when this happens again, because it will happen again, you just sit back, you chill. You chill, you wait for more data. You actually wait for it to even leave this area. Because if we wait for it to leave, look, we got plenty of entries right here. Whoop. And then by measuring all the wicks, the way I was measuring it, like that was perfect. Again, it's non-farm. I don't want to get too hyped because things don't move very efficiently, but it does this like typically, and then so why not do it today before non-farm? Why not just destroy people? You know, bring it back down into the weekly BISI, and just take that low below the midpoint of the BISI. Like if I'm wrong, okay, I'm wrong. But right now, it ran this sell side, got near the first fair value gap. It's hanging around this inefficiency right now. Boom, boom. So this is pretty much the same thing it was doing here, but vice versa. So it's probably going to just do this for a couple more minutes, and then it's going to go on a sprint like that. And poof, hit that right there. That's good right there. Want to see, boom, boom. Want to see how it behaves under those lows right there. Boom, there we go. Boom, see that? That's what we want to see. Boom, go down into that first fair value gap, run through it. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like this can do two big candles like that big one up top. So whoever was long, it's like the thinking makes sense. That man is not bugging. Like he's not bugging. It makes all the sense. Alright, let's see how it goes. So we got sell side here under this low engineered. Because there's a lot of stops in this area, man. You gotta see that. So that's good right there. Want to see more. So it hit the first fair value gap. This is good right here. Take a picture of that. So that's not a reclaim. That is an inversion fair value gap. Boom, IFBG. I finally got a better understanding of that. Because reclaimed is after it goes through it, and then comes back. Right? Some shit like that. I have to study that some more. But here's an inversion because it went under it and then just tapped it and pushed it down. So look, it's reacting to that first fair value gap. And yesterday's first fair value gap. We got a nice little, we got to see the mean threshold of this midpoint. There we go. Good, do your thing. Do your thing. I'm chilling. I don't care if I'm wrong. There you go. Go ahead, explode higher. Reacted, there it is. See? Boom, midpoint. Okay. There you go. It's going crazy now. See how it came all the way back down? Right to the first fair value gap? That's nuts. And look look at the reaction it's getting. Okay. Okay, look at you. See, this is non-farm. Right to the midpoint of the new week opening gap. We can get rid of this now. We can get rid of this as well. So you know what happened already. We have it documented. See that right there? Like, look at the bodies of these candles, bro. What's the close on that? 28. Open on that? 28 and a quarter. So it's just like, I like to call these like brick walls. When I see those tight like that, I'd be like, damn. See, unlike this right here, where it has that little opening in it. So now it's working inside here. And we just chilling. We are just chilling. Enjoying this. That was a good laugh. I'm so glad that made me laugh. Like, this right here was like, you know when you sneak it into like the movies? Like, I don't know if you ever snuck into the movies. I don't know how it is now, but I used to sneak into the movies and you just like walk with like that face and you just be like, oh snap. And then just whoop, slowly and whoop. That's exactly what this was. Like, okay, we're hovering. And then it just went like, okay. And then once this one popped up, it was just like, like, yeah, I'm gonna sneak right up in here real quick. Oh man, that was funny. You see this right here? I didn't expect this right here. I'll be honest with you. Those 3 minutes right there, did not expect that. I thought those three would have been like the opposite down here after it did this hanging around. But you just have to go into the logic of why they did that. Again, to probably trick people like, okay, it's done. It's done going down, now it's going up. So whoever sees this gets in it, and then now it hits midpoint of the new week opening gap, and then just whop. Now we're back down. Working this busy now. I said 10:30, but this is too fun. I'm having too much fun right now, like for real. I want to see it go down there to 19,851. I really do. So let's see how it behaves to this right here. If it leaves it open, this thing is gonna potentially go down there. So that's my thing. Like, I've been like noticing specific areas on the chart, right? And if you see my daily note sessions and tape reading sessions, you'll see those things marked up. And what I'm noticing is, okay, I can see these things, but something always has to happen. So what I'm training is to find that something. Because if it's gonna go down, it's not gonna go down right away. It's gonna do something first. If it's gonna go up, it's not gonna go right away. It's gonna go do something first. Pretty much like a fake out. You gotta be able to spot these fake moves. Like, this was a fake move right here. This was very much real, very intentional. Like, just boom. What? Boom. And then boom. Like, we gotta see right here what it's gonna do. So let's see. Let's measure this. Look at the bodies right there. I want to see the bodies. It could go into the inefficiency. There it is. Go right to it. Because it's reacting off of this one. And there's an end dog right there. So it went right to it. Balanced it. Filled it in. So just for my notes. Okay, so it came down, came up, hit the inversion, came down, taking all this sell side right here, pulled up, hung around here, boom, came down to the first fair value gap, pushed up, filled in the remainder of this, tagged this, hit consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap, like right to the midpoint, bro. Drop, leave an inefficiency, down into this inefficiency, go up, fill it completely, like leave nothing open, and then now work in here. So it's, in my mind, it's going down there. But anything can happen. Let me put my axis. Like, look at this. Look at, what's the low of this? 20 stacks exactly. And what's the high on this? 20 stacks and a quarter. So it went above it by a quarter to just like leave it filled. All right, now we're working our way back down to the fair value gaps. Now we're going to see, right? Boom. Hit it again. Hit it again. Boom, right through it. Boom. Remember, we got, this was the first sell side that it took. Boom. Here's the midpoint of the weekly BISI on that higher time frame. And there was a little area right here that they left open. I don't care about that. I want to see this right here. I want to see 19,851. So we want to see bodies inside of the candle, like clothes outside of it. So we don't want to see wicks. Like on this candle right here, we want to see that, like, give us a body. Right here, Boom, see that? Midpoint came down. A little inefficiency here. So this can be used as an inversion, which we don't want to see that. If they're going to take it there leading into 11 a.m., they're going to do it fast. Because right here, look, check it out. I'll just do it just to do it. See that? That's weakness. So that it closed inside of it. You want this one to come down here. We don't want it to go up. And if it does, you can use this to like do the same thing that it did here. Tap. What? Okay, so it's going into it. Okay, that's that first fair value gap. So you see these signs? These are signs of strength. The midpoint of yesterday's, the bodies above today's, like strength to just like bring it up a little bit more. But overall, they're coming down here, bro. I don't care what anybody tells me. There we go. Go, 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 gadget. Got the end dog there, got this there. And this is all like just boom, boom. So fill that in. Let's see. Like, the key is going to be for me, right, as I'm watching this and I'm talking to myself to rewatch this, which this is the stuff that y'all don't hear when on those tape reading sessions. Like I removed the audio, but what I want to see is a body close underneath this. This is what we've been taught. We want to see bodies. We don't want to see this shit start stacking blue candles. So it opened at the close. We want to see bodies. So now we got the 1050 to 1110 macro. So what is it going to do in the next 5 minutes? See that right there? We want to see more of that. Close there. Okay, this next one, we want to see it close here. But the fact that it's closing like higher and it's working the top of the, like I can clean this up. I already have these pictures, but I don't want to. Midpoint of the opening range, lower quad right here. Hey, see that? It's working the lower quad. The bodies are respecting that. See this? We don't want to see that. That's not what we want to see. We do not want to see that. But it's non-farm payroll. Damn. That's exactly why we are learning these concepts the proper way. Because just in that little speech there, you gave yourself all the reasons to get a better understanding of it, of if it was to go lower, what we wanted to see. But the fact that we started seeing this and when we measured and all that stuff, like that shit was showing strength, and look what happens right there. Check this out. How many handles was that? From there to where it's at, that's 60 handles that it just did on some, like, you know what? F y'all. But look, you see how it's creating this low here, low here, low here. Taking this minor here, because it took this one, boom, down, take it, this, boom. So now, if this thing is going to behave how it should, it's going to come back and get this now. And then create another one. So remove audio at, because I got to remove this, 10:49. Hello. Sí, mi amor. No estaba grabando algo ahí ahora. Estoy esperando que termine. ¿Cómo te está yendo? Ok. Nada, déjame ver si esto hace lo que yo estoy esperando y para terminar y salir. ¿Vale? Te llamo a ver. Chao. Yeah, so. Cool. That's going to come with the territory as well. I'm going to go to the restroom, and I'm not taking the mic with me. All right. They want to play games. Oh, man. I mean, I'll kill the stream. Like, not the stream, but, like, the video. I'm sure nobody's watching all the way up until now. Back into that new week opening gap. Boom, boom, boom. Which you wouldn't even see if you had it like this. So it came right here to the inefficiency, reacted up. And we're kind of like hovering around here. Seems like they want this minor buy side. But boy, was that pretty. That was really pretty, man. Look how it looks on the 1 hour. Cleared out everything up here. 4 hour. Into the inefficiency there. After coming out of here. See how they left those like that? Just no, you know what? We're going to leave those like that. And then on the daily, here's what we look like on the daily. Price open, high, lowest low right here. working the roughly the midpoint of that wick right there. And on a weekly, went into it with price is being drawn back down to it. So we'll see. We'll see what they want to do. But just put the drawings back. All those bodies under that midpoint. All right. So let me take a little step back to get a see how they took that out right there, right into the inefficiency. Put my cross. See that right there? Did it hit it yet? It's the high on this. 31.25, 31.75. Yeah, they took it by 50 cents. So these highs have been cleared. So through it, see that right there? That's that signature. Left it open, so that's like a signature to let you know what? They're gonna run it high to get buy side. It's a great feeling. So it's not gonna go straight to it like how most people would want it to. It's a fact. So here's what I wanted to do. So we had the open, price filled in the opening range gap, ran that primary buy side, hovered around for a little bit, destroyed whoever like went long in here, destroyed them, pulled up, tapped it right at the high, then came down because this was just too pretty. The way they put that low right there next to these lows right here, that's a nice area where they might think, that's where I'm going to put my stop at. Whoever went long from over here, from these areas. So it ran up, kissed it, came down, destroyed it. So it took all those sell stops right there. Came down into the weekly BISI, went up to the little inefficiency, hovered around for a little bit, hitting not even getting near the midpoint of that wick. Came down and hit the first fair value gap and yesterday's fair value gap. Like clean. Went up to the new week opening gap, consequent encroachment right there. Left this open. Ran back down into the first fair value gap, into yesterday's fair value gap, into the BISI. And I also measured, that was the lower quad of the opening range gap. The bodies were just respecting everything nicely. Look at the bodies. Right here, this is where we started to see. If we were going to go lower, we wanted things to start closing below it. So we didn't see none of that. Closed here, open here, closed. And then the next one, open there. That's when I said, I don't want to see none of that. Price exploded, boom. came down into this inversion. I guess it's a reclaimed inversion fair value gap because it ran through it, and came back, left this open, ran up, took that high by 50 cents into the imbalance. So it created liquidity right there for whoever went short and trailed their stop there, tagged them. And now here we are. It's coming down because there's just so much liquidity down here on these lows. Like, you've seen what they did when they first opened it. They just went barely. This was the session low is like right here. And we've been trading for an hour and a half now. The market's been open. So here's what we want to see now, right? So it tagged that midpoint, body respecting it, left the gap again. We want that to stay open. There's a volume imbalance there, so we got to be careful. This is not that. This right here doesn't give me that same appeal of this one right here. Kind of does. Let's see if this is what I call a brick wall. They're going to leave that. Like, you see this brick wall right here? Price didn't, like, bodies didn't go through it. That's what I was talking about earlier. You see these brick walls like that, like this one? So let's take a picture of that. So now we're back at that first fair value gap and yesterday's fair value gap. Let's see if it's going to keep supporting price. See how it reacted as soon as it went to it. Now let's see if this now is used in the opposite direction, leaving this area open. So tapped it. Ooh, a little hungry. Working the upper part of the busy. There we go. See this? There's that brick wall. There we go. Going into it. So there's an inefficiency right there. Now, what we don't want to see is price go up here. We don't want to see it come up here to like past consequent encroachment there. So we got these nice lows right here, this one and this one. We really want to see price below this fair value gap, as I was stating earlier. We want to see bodies start closing down. We don't want to see things close up, because if that's what's going to start happening again, then best believe they're going to probably take it up here again. If it goes past the midpoint here. See that? We don't want to see none of that. We don't want to see blue. We want to see black. There we go. Low. There we go. Push down. Look at these relatively equal lows right here. They're not going to just leave that like that, bro. Like, no. Trust me, they're not. Once this thing starts going like past this area, it's going to move fast. Real fast. See how it opened right at the close? It's doing this right here. It's doing the same stuff that it did over here in this area. So I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Volume imbalance here. So, and it's hovering around again like how it did over here. And look at the time, it's 11. That's what we want to see. We want to see that go below it. There we go. Come on. You can do it. So it hit it completely with the wick. We want to see a body laid down, like bam. Now it's hitting the midpoint of yesterday's first fair value gap. So there's a lot of like support there. Because look at the bodies right here. And then obviously here, that's what pushed it up. Here, pushed it up. Here, pushed it up. And now it's like playing around right there. I want it to run through that. All right, let's see the next candle. And boom. Come on. Just messing around right now, bro. Fill that in. There we go. Let's see. See this right here? The midpoint of this is at the imbalance, at the inversion. So that's good right there. Let's see what this one does. Because it could just like do this all over again. Look how it's respecting it. That first fair value gap is really no joke. Right back into here. Look at that. And that's what happens on non-farm payroll weeks. It is heavily, heavily manipulated. You got to understand right now, look at these highs right here. Price can just go up, take that high, and then come back down. Remember, if we see this get filled, it's going to go higher. Because look, we got an inefficiency here, the volume imbalance right there. Let's take a picture of this. So in my mind, I see this and I'm like, okay, for future notes. You see this right here after a drop like this and there's inefficiencies there, and you see that, you drop into a lower time frame and just go long. See this rejection here? Come down. And then when you see it again, go long again. Look, right now, it's doing it again. It's giving you the signs again that it's going into this one right here. Look at that. Bodies right there. Let's get rid of this. We got a breaker right there. Inside here. It's a bearish breaker. On this time frame. Small inefficiency right here. This shit right here, bro. I don't know why it's doing it, but whatever. There we go. Filling it. Here we go. So this teaches a lot as far as like, yo, you just gotta chill and really understand what this thing is doing. Now I'm gonna put on my blue light glasses. Man, late. My eyes started to hurt a little bit. Hopefully this is not a bullish order block right here, where it's gonna hold price in place to potentially push it into this imbalance and tag the highs, this minor buy side right here. Again, we're just waiting to see what these bodies are going to do. Because only one candle closed near this this first fair value gap. See that? Damn, bro. Mm-hmm. 11:30 coming up, 20 minutes, which is the lunch hour. Stretch this out. Let's see, what was the yeah, so look, this is the London low. So there's long positions in here, and they definitely brought their stops into these areas right here. See that right there? Oh yeah, they're gonna get smoked. They're definitely gonna get smoked. Yee. Man, if I can get like two of these, one and two, just put one right here, the other right there. Yee. But now they playing around. You. Engineering liquidity. Lots of it. Look how that one opens. Yeah, we're gonna give it bull. They can do the same thing that they did right here. We just drifted like, oh. Damn, this is gonna stall my day, bro. So, like, we want to see this low right here. This is the lows that we're like eyeballing. So this is what would be considered a reclaimed inversion fair value gap, because ran through it, and now it's back into it. So it's a reclaim. It's not. This is an inversion. This is a reclaimed. So we want to see candles push it down. See how that's staying open right there? We need that to stay open. These bodies are good signs that they're not going past the midpoint with the body, but they're just meandering around. Just, hey, I'm here. And now, you might just, blah. This shit can like literally just stall there the whole day if it wanted to. Let me just So came right up into here to yesterday's close. So it's just like hovering here, here. We gotta see how is it gonna use it. So now the opposite again. Now we need to watch and see if this is gonna stay open and bodies start to close above it. Cause like, come on, bro. You know where you want to go. This is obvious where they want to go. Those lows is looking nice. They're stalling like Hitler's man. Oh man. All right. I am not gonna keep doing this. I am. Let me see. So the same thing, opposite. So if we wanted bearish, we wanted bodies to close under it and leave the upper part open. Now, if you're looking for bullish, you're looking for this to stay open. So look, it ran inside here. So it might just come up here to tag this. Let's see. Who knows? But I'm going to just have to come back and check it out later because this first fair value gap is holding price up like a mother effer. But this was pretty fun. This was really fun right here. Wow. What? What? Tagged it. It's probably gonna, who knows? So they're gonna go get short position holders, whoever, like, they just let everyone chill and put their stop right here. Yo, put your stop right there, bro. Tag it. Blow. I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it go. See this one right here? So, so it's important to be aware of all of these. You have the body dead stop right there. Let's dim the light on this just to see. Let's see what it does as we lead into 11:30. You're learning how to read. Been reading for 2 hours now. So now let's see what they're gonna do at 11:30. They don't go get that sell side, bro. Like, okay, so now we're showing bearish. Come on. Let's see what you do now. back up. Small little inefficiency right there where my cross arrow is. See the midpoint of that. Yeah, this thing is playing PS5 with people today, bro. Good luck to them. It's probably gonna go for hours. All right. Yeah. The only logical thing for them to do right now is just to tag the highs of the minor buy side. Just take the minor buy side, and that's it. Like why? There you go. Go up, up, up. Like there's no point in messing around anymore. Go up. There you go. Go up, up. You gotta understand. There it is. Consequent encroachment. Get near it. You're in the new week opening gap. Go, go, go. Go, go, gadget. Consequent encroachment again. And that bigger inefficiency up top on the left on the theater candle. The sneak into the theater candle. There you go. Push up. See that? You got 1, 2, 3. You got 1, 2, 3 already lined up. So now, and then it just gave itself one more. Boom. It's going to pop up. And let's see if we get a turtle soup after it runs that. Meaning, run them and immediately turn around. Boom. And skydive. Look at those relatively equal lows near the first fair value gap. Right there. I'm talking about this right here. This, and we got 1, 2, 3 stacked. Boom, this should pop up right here. Fill this in, and then let's see if it's gonna plummet. I don't know why I did that. That was very impulsive. Just take the highs. There you go. There you go. Good for you. Yeah.